we're at a point where future and past meets. I posted something the other day where I was saying, when does the new generation or the younger generation take on responsibility for the future? Because the older generation, they have to relinquish power at some time. Do they relinquish it, when they die? Or is it when they're at a certain age? We had a time where we see the things that's happening with the Democratic Party, the pedophile stuff, the Black Lives Matter, the industrial age was moved all the way to China, where America doesn't produce things for itself, where anti-Semitism is finally being exposed for what it is, where we're learning that the Federal Reserve and money, fiat, isn't what we thought it was. So with all that understanding of what we're plagued with in today's world, also with, no real understanding of the world that we are in, there's something that comes to my mind where it's like, okay, what's the next step forward, right? Is it conducive to all of us? Does it benefit all of us that a select few of people grow all of our food? Or is it important that we all grow our own food? Is it important that we now understand that there's technologies out there as far as solar panels, water generating machines, things like that, electric cars, generators, things that makes man self-sufficient, self-sustaining. See, if I'm able to put a thing on my house to generate electricity for my house, and to get a machine that produces water without having to go through a water company, and have nuclear facilities to generate energy for us, what does the future look like? How do I fathom the future? How do I reconcile what I'm seeing now and what the future is trying to birth? How do I reconcile that? How do I reconcile that there's people telling me that I'm an Israelite, even though I've never studied the Bible, and I'm a Christian, or I'm a Muslim, or I'm any religion under the sun, as far as Buddhist or Hinduism or anything like that? How do I reconcile that there was people manipulating history and these things are coming to light? How do I reconcile these things within my own mind? I don't feel that the system is broken. I feel that man has been herded into this sheep-like mentality where we have to work to death for material things that we might not really need. Jordans, Gucci, Prada, red bottom shoes, the most fantastic cars. What does it all mean? Like, what is what is what is the most important thing to us? We sit and we say, you know, we live in this universe with numerous amounts of stars and space above our heads, and there's aliens, there's other beings, there's these things we like to call Anunnaki, Palladians, Greys, all types of things. Why don't they talk to us? Why don't we know about them as we can see our brother next to us? We don't have the time to even sit down to ponder that thought. We don't even have time to sit down and ponder that thought because of the 40-hour work week, because of the systematic way that they have implemented things to where we work ourselves to death for material things. The latest car, the latest shoes, the latest jeans, the latest phone, the latest laptop, the latest sunglasses, the latest Bluetooth. We don't even realize that we've been herded into that type of mentality. And there's people that are like me that's saying, listen, there's 7 billion people. It's your family members, it's your friends that is in the military, that is in the police, that is in these organizations that you would expect to come and try to break down your door to put you in a concentration camp or to kill you, right? It's these people that you know, right? So in all reality, we're afraid of ourselves instead of facing the true reality that we don't need the things that the quote-unquote elite say life is about. What is the elite saying life is about? They're saying life is about entertainment, movies, material things, hats, cars, shoes, clothes, whatever you think that the material world can produce for you. Yeah, it could produce many things. But is that what life is? Is that what life is? A lot of us don't have the opportunity to take that second and say, this can't be what life is about. Because if you go to heaven, are you looking for the greatest garment so you could be next to God? This is for Christians and Muslims and things like that. You know, when you go to heaven, are you looking for the most beautiful 72 virgins? Are you going into heaven and for the rest of your existence, you sit there and just say holy to a omnipotent being that sits on a throne? What is this being doing? Just sitting there? And if you sin and you go to hell, what are you doing there? You're just tormented while people in heaven are just praising a being for eternity? And then in this heaven, is there a segregation where black people are on the left or right and Indian people are in the front or on the right of you? Or is it a melting pot? Or are we just the spirit within? Or are we just a light? So if we're just a light in heaven, what are we in hell? Do we continue to be in these material soups that we call flesh? The concepts that we've been bogged down with over time, we don't get the opportunity to think about it because we've been inundated with entertainment and work only for material things. It's funny because, you know, in the Bible it says Christ went to the money exchangers and flipped the tables because they was doing it where? In the temple. They wasn't doing it in the designated area that they were supposed to be doing it. They were doing it in the temple. Then he says, God is within you. So if you're doing this constantly of only wanting material things, you're a money exchanger. You're a merchant. All you seek is things, and you don't seek the real truth and freedom and justice of life. I mean, look at the world around you, man. Look at China. Look at Iran. They're saying Iran is going through the worst time ever. Look at Russia. They dissolved their government. Look at India and China are at war. Look at Venezuela. They want to get out Maduro and put somebody else in. They're talking about the military went into South America during the time of the corona stuff 3 months ago. Look at the child sex trafficking rings. The Getty Museum. Oh, y'all didn't hear about Getty in them. Look at Epstein. Look at the guy that was getting the children for the Queen. What does life consist of? What is this? And when somebody like me is trying to tell you, hey, listen, there's 7 billion, 8 billion of us. Who's going to stop you if 8 billion of us just say, nah, I'm not working for you no more. I'm not building your empire no more. I'm not giving over my life for material things that I can't take with me into the hereafter. Why can't we take that second and say, nah, we need to have communities where we are self-sustained, where we grow our own food, we have our own schools, we have our own factories where we have our own cell phones, our own laptops that we are producing, our own servers, our own internet, our own history, our own. This is not being racist to other people, because I'm not saying that you were to stop them from creating those things or creating things to protect yourself. We all want to be part of the broad way, the totality of everything, with no understanding of who we truly are as a species that lives on this planet. Isn't that more important to know who you are? We're not animals. We're sentient beings. We communicate, we talk, we build, we cry, we laugh, we get angry, we're happy. We do all these things, yet we don't understand ourselves. But we want material things that has been put in front of us through advertisement, commercials, TV, strategically placed Pepsi can on the table next to somebody while he's talking about whatever the hell he's talking about in your favorite TV show. We don't. I get it. Some of us are not here to be philosophers. Some of us are not here to be thinkers. Some of us are not here to wonder about the magnificence of life. But we're all here to be free, though. We're all here to be free. Like I said in the beginning, we have all these things that can make us free, because you're really working to have a roof over your head, water, and food. If you're able to eliminate these things by investing in solar panels and companies that have machines that generate water and you can grow your own food, and within 3-4 years you can be self-sustainable, why would you have to go to a job? Oh, because you want Jordans, you want makeup, you want to be able to get your hair braided, get the finest wigs. You want to eat at the finest restaurants. But we all have talents. So who's to say that you won't have these type of people in your circle? Somebody that loves to cook and finds new ways of making new cuisines. Or people that like to build and make greater designs of buildings within your circle. Why is it that we only want shirt companies, music, be artists, be basketball players, be entertainers, and not philosophers, teachers, architects, thinkers, governors, police? We have police, but are they really police? We have to start trusting ourselves, man. Trusting each other and seeing the light within each other. Because each point of us is just a piece of the totality, right? You can't have a remote without batteries. Can't have a remote without buttons. So, think about it. What are we here for? Are we here for the material things so that we can die and be a part of God and just say holy all day, or go to hell and be punished for the rest of eternity? Or is there more to this? Is there more? And what is that more? What is that more? All right, yeah. Peace.